When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's Group Therapy on 99.7 DJX.
Ryan reached out, said, hey, I'm in my early 30s. I've saved every phone I've ever purchased.
Same.
I kept the first few and thought it was cool how much they were changing from one version to the next. Mm-hmm. Earlier phones didn't have passcodes.
That is true.
But they had cameras.
Mm-hmm.
I'd totally forgotten what was on some of those photos, or I would have hid them better. One weekend, when my girlfriend was over, she found my box of phones while I was working on something outside. She started checking some of the photos and videos and found some that upset her so much she came outside to confront me.
Uh-oh.
The videos were of me doing intimate things with one of her former friends. I had been with this girl before. He even knew my girlfriend. We weren't ever in a relationship, just kind of hooked up frequently. Well, later, I met my current girlfriend from this friend circle. And when we started dating, this girl told me she would never say anything to my new girlfriend. I thought it was all good. This girl even moved away 6 months ago. Haven't heard from her since. Regardless, my girlfriend thinks I'm a huge jerk, that I never told her. She says that we all used to hang out, and this girl would even stay over if she had too much to drink, so she doesn't believe that we never did anything after we got together.
Oh.
I'm taking major heat, but I don't think I did anything wrong. What do you guys think? My girlfriend was the one snooping.
That is true, and not just snooping. I mean, if those phones are sitting there in the box, they're probably not charged, so she's at least plugging them in long enough to get a little bit of a charge to turn them on.
Possibly. I mean, kudos that she even found a charger that fit it.
I mean, maybe he's one of the type that keeps the charger with the phone.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, because I know when we have our phones, our graveyard of phones, we keep chargers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the graveyard of the phones we had no chargers. Couldn't find any of them.
The chargers were in a different drawer.
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah, no clue.
Then we'll look at it. We'll be like, I don't know what this charger was for.
Man, do you think the person who invented the passcode had a reason behind that? Who was like, yeah, I was like someone like Ryan.
Maybe.
Was like, yeah, so I've got an ex who kind of came across some photos and videos that they shouldn't have that were on my phone. If I only had a way to prevent them from getting in there willy-nilly.
I got it. Let's give it a little password.
Yeah, or maybe my fingerprint. That'll help.
James says the girlfriend needs to get over herself. People have a past. Everybody is allowed to live their life. And I don't think that I don't fault him for not saying something to his girlfriend about the girl he was hooking up with because they weren't in a significant relationship.
Yeah, it's not like he's going to start dating his current girlfriend and go, hey, by the way, I
was hooking up with her. Is that cool?
And you're one of your friends. Well, I mean, do you? Is that a unique situation where you may want to give a heads up before too long?
I don't think so because
if they know each other.
Well, because the other girl was like, "I'm not going to say anything. It's fine," and she didn't have any jealousy issues, so there really wasn't a reason to say anything. It wasn't a significant relationship. If he had been like engaged before or dating someone seriously that was in their friend group, I probably would have mentioned that. But
you know, look, Rachel brings up a good point.
Yeah, I understand. Things happen.
Yes.
The past is the past.
Right.
Yeah, you got to look at Tony Melito sometimes and just think the past is in the past.
Yes. Well, how do we convince her that, though? The problem is we can't help her unsee what she saw.
Yeah. All right. So if you've been in a situation where you've had to smooth over some of your past with your current, how did you do that? Give them the words. What happened? What's your story?
Yeah, when the past is in your face.
Yep.
That can be jarring.
That's what we want to know. All right. 502-795-1997. That's our number. And this is Group Therapy. Group Therapy, Ryan's girlfriend. Ryan is our listener. His girlfriend found some old pictures and more of a friend with benefits on an old phone.
A mutual friend.
Yeah. She's having a hard time forgetting. Ryan doesn't think he did anything wrong. So, what are we saying to Ryan to help smooth things over? When has this happened to you? Some interesting text. One from Lisa says, so he let his hookup, friend of his current girlfriend, stay with him after he started dating his girlfriend. Yeah, that was a point that he made in his message to us.
Well, that was a point that his girlfriend made to him.
And then she says, so is The hookup that far in the past, she moved 6 months ago and he hasn't heard from her since, implies that he heard from her before. But why? If they both agreed it was just a hookup and kept it from the girlfriend, why still spend the night and talk? I smell red flag. I think he owes some truth to his girlfriend because I'm not buying the it's all innocent story.
Okay, Fran is saying on Facebook, curiosity's normal. I think she has a right to be upset with you for not being honest about your past hookups with her friend up front, especially because she stayed over after you and your girlfriend were together. Now, she may be wrong for snooping, but you're more wrong for not being honest about it to begin with. We all have lives. That's cool that y'all hooked up, but it's not cool. You didn't own that in the beginning, especially because she's her friend. Now, this shouldn't be a relationship ender, though, since it happened before.
Yeah, and I think that's where I'm getting hung up on is I think he had opportunity to say, hey, just so you know, we've had a past. And I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but the opportunity to present that was there a couple times, especially. Yeah. And would it have changed her like staying over when she was too drunk? Yeah, it probably would have.
Probably. Yeah. I think girlfriend would have put her foot down like, nope.
Yeah, you know what? Let's get her let's get her an Uber or whatever and send her on her way.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. In hindsight, I guess I was just sitting there thinking, okay, when is a good time to mention that?
Yeah, I mean, you don't. There
when
really
you're
isn't
starting a new relationship with someone.
You don't want to sit here and go, here's my list, and hand it to your.
You don't want to lay a groundwork of like, yeah, well, I've seen her naked. That's not a problem. But it wasn't a thing. Wasn't a big deal.
Right. But, again, we can look at Tony Melito and say,
yeah, I understand. Things happen. The past is the past.
Exactly. Maybe he just needs to have a little Tony Melito button and just hit that whenever she confronts him. But I think at this point, he just apologizes.
Yeah, I think you got to own it.
I should have told you.
Yeah, you got to own it. You got to own it.
It wasn't a thing, though. I didn't think it was a big deal because it wasn't a significant relationship. It was just some random hookups here and there. So I apologize. You're right. I should have done that. But I promise you it didn't happen after we started dating.
Own it. Own it.
Yep.
All right, there you go. That is group therapy. Good luck. 795-1997.